Black culture.
My issue is, India, is that all these years, my whole life, your whole life, these men, daddy whole life, great daddy whole life, they've been making songs about doing the worst. And now that women are doing it, and they're not even making the same, we ain't even talking about hurt nobody. We ain't even talking about no violence. We just say we want a scammer. We just said we want somebody with a little bit of money. But my issue is when women finally start making they type of ratchet music, now you want to say something? Let us in the ratchet hip-hop community do what we want. Let us make some Trina influenced music.
If everybody lived in the world of Jill Scott and all music was Jill Scott and India Irene and Afrocentric, we would be bored as fuck.
All the negative music that come out, you want to simply try to target a young black female that's doing something positive, that's in her bag right now. But I know you old bad breath smelling ass bitches. I know you bitches. I know you. I know you mad. I know you hoes is mad and you jealous. You know, Miami, you better not let these old raglan ass bitches deter nothing you trying to do.
Niggas are at the bottom of the totem pole of black people. And on this timeline, niggas seem to be doing their big one. Niggas will write a character witness statement for a sex and human trafficker. A nigga will get pissed on and then brag about it on their show. Where we're going, niggas can't go. Trick Daddy looks like he has gout. We're not talking to a Trick Daddy. My Uncle Luke, he's just as disgusting from our timeline. Leave them niggas alone. Save yourself, India. Everyone cannot go. Everyone should not go. Fuck them.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cash App or buying your girl a coffee. Hey y'all, I just want to pop in here and have this conversation. Now I know this is old tea. Your girl's been sick, so I have to kind of play catch up with a lot of these different topics that were popping while I was down and out. I did want to talk about this because it really does highlight the main issue that I have with black culture. As you guys know, I love being blackity black. Before y'all get in here, start thugging about how I'm self-hating and all this other nonsense. No, I do love black people. I love black culture, the real black culture, the positive black culture. But what I do not like are the subsets of our culture that seek to promote the very stereotypes that we really try to fight back in like civil rights and so on and so forth. Carisha, she's one of those city girls, you know, the one who loves golden showers from 60-year-old men.
It say take a shower if you like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers? Meaning when the guy pees on you? Mm-hmm. Pee on you everywhere? You like it?
I just like it.
You do? Mm-hmm. You like golden showers?
I do.
But like peeing on you?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just do stuff.
She came out with a song called Spend That. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know what this song sounds like. I have not heard the song. I have no desire to hear the song. I have read some of the lyrics, and it's basically a song promoting shoplifting. It's a song promoting boosting. It's a song promoting stealing. She came out with the song, it became like an anthem for the summer, of course. The problem that arises with things like this, and it's the same problem that I have with like gangster rap, where they talk about shooting and killing other black people, committing other types of crimes, being thugs. The same problem that I have with that, I have with this song. We talk all the time about how we hate that we're portrayed as thugs. As soon as a black person is accused, not even proven guilty, but accused of committing a crime, they're often accused of being a thug. Oh, look at this little thug. Thug this, thug that. That's the first thing they want to call a black person that's been accused of a crime. Not convicted, not proven guilty, but accused of a crime. However, we sit around and we promote thug culture within black culture. We sit over here and we praise the music that talks about shooting and killing other black people, that talks about committing these crimes. We promote it, we defend it, but then we get mad, we get angry when they call us thugs in the media. So in one breath, we like it, but in the other breath, we don't like it. So it's okay when we call ourselves thugs, but when other races of people call us thugs, then now it's a problem. And see, that's the part that's just not connecting for me.
India Reed is hating on Young Miami Spin That. What about an India Reed would make you think that she would be in support of a song like Spin That? So nothing about a song encouraging scamming would be something that she would be in support of. And her not being in support of a song like that would not automatically make it be her hating. It ain't no different than when y'all attack me for going against Sexy Red. Women like her, they need representation. They need representation until y'all are a stereotype and non-black people are using those stereotypes against you. And then you want to bring up all the college-educated black women. Then you want to bring up all of the black women that own businesses. No. Bring up the Sexy Reds. Bring them up. Stop using the college-educated, business-owning, productive black women whenever people want to throw up stereotypes about you. Right? Stand 10 toes down in all of that representation of ghetto hood trash activity that you like to be pedestalized.
If we don't like being portrayed as thugs, then we really shouldn't promote thug culture. Similarly, with this song called Spend That, if we do not like that we get followed around in stores, if we do not like the fact that we get picked out of the crowd and assumed to be the stealer, the thief, if we don't like that, then why are we sitting over here hyping up music that portrays us as exactly that? You cannot push forth a culture that says we're thugs and stealers and then be shocked when people treat us like thugs and stealers. It all really boils down to that Dave Chappelle joke. You go out into the world dressed like a police officer, people are going to assume you are a police officer. And if you try to tell them that you're something different and it's not Halloween, they're going to look at you crazy. This is the issue that I ultimately have with a lot of this. Is that we can't sit over here and hype up things that are negative, hype up stereotypes, hype them up, and then get mad when those same stereotypes are thrown back in our faces. It's really disheartening because when I'm out here trying to defend us, y'all will come up behind me promoting the very thing that they are accusing us of doing when we're not doing it. Y'all will sit over here and promote the very thing, and that's infuriating. But if I say something about it, if I say Carisha is a degenerate, if I come out and I call out all of these different things, these folks are going to say that I'm self-hating. I'm the raccoon for not wanting us to be portrayed like this in the media, for not wanting us to have our image tainted so badly that we cannot benefit from any halo effects. We cannot benefit from the benefit of the doubt when it comes to the courtroom. Y'all will sit over here and promote all this negative, degenerate nonsense. And then when people go into those courtrooms, our peers go into those courtrooms and they see us as exactly what we portray in the media and they can't see past it, you want to get mad about it. The fact of the matter is we need to clean up our image. The fact of the matter is we have an optics issue. And unfortunately, our degenerates make the block hot for the rest of us. So if you, as a well-to-do black person, get accused of a crime that you did not do, you walk into that courtroom, guess what? They're looking at you the same way they're going to look at the degenerates that are out there committing the crimes, that are out there showing their ass, that are out there making us look a hot damn mess. You unfortunately have to carry the bag of their bull. Even if you are an upstanding person, just an upstanding American citizen, you have to carry that bag. And that's the problem. It absolutely is the problem. And to pretend like people do not engage in pattern recognition and to pretend like people should just not engage in pattern recognition and they should just not have any, that's just, it's unreasonable. It's unrealistic. We need to actively live in the real world. In the real world, people engage in pattern recognition. In the real world, they see a pattern of behaviors amongst a group of people and they're going to assume the worst or the best if that pattern is positive. So to sit over here and complain about it, but you're not willing to do the work to change the perception of who we are, but rather you want to feed into the very thing that makes us look like thugs, thieves, whores, then guess what? You are the problem. You're the very reason why they look at us that way. Folks will get out here and they'll say, oh, well, it's just a song. It's just a song. But you have to understand that it's not just a song, okay? Culture is very important for a people. Your culture really does give a backdrop on how people are going to look at you. That's why when we look at, for instance, Japanese culture, they have a high emphasis on honor for your family, honor for yourself. So when you see a Japanese person, that's going to be something that plays in the back of your mind. Oh, they value honor. Even if that person is extremely dishonorable, that's going to be the backdrop that you view them on because that is what their culture is. Similarly, when we look at Indian culture. We have so many, and I'm talking about Indians, not Native Americans, for the slow people in the back. When we talk about Indian culture, they're known for being scammers. Not all of them are scammers, obviously, just like not all Japanese people are honorable, but the culture behind them promotes scamming. So yes, that is going to be the backdrop of how a lot of people view an Indian person when they first meet them. So these are things that we have to keep in mind. And it's not just a song. It's not just a song. Our music, the way that we dress, our different cultural expressions, all of that really does shape how we are viewed ourselves and then how we are viewed by society. And be so for real here, if music had no influence, the music industry would not be as big as it is. It would not be as big as it is. They wouldn't care as much as they do about music if it wasn't influential.
The illustrious prison industrial complex has low numbers. In our timeline, it was busting out the seams. Remember, we had the crack epidemic, gangs. On this one, they are low and the prison population is dying out. So they need new niggas. And why not get a scammer and a booster? Get them to think scamming and boosting is cool because they're impressionable and they'll actually go out and do it. Keke Palmer, I love boosters. See the trends on this timeline? When they get arrested, like the mom and daughter did, be safe out here because everybody's telling on themselves and each other. The police on this timeline don't even have to do any work. Let them believe that it's not a big deal that their 5-6-year-olds are singing this. Let them believe that. Prison pipeline. We have other things to do. That's exactly why progress has not been made the way that it could have been.
And as I've said before, you cannot complain about a stereotype and then celebrate it. So we celebrate it amongst ourselves, but let somebody else call it out and now it's a problem. That is called a contradiction. When we say we hate being followed around in stores and everybody assuming we're the ones stealing, when we say that we hate that, but then we sit over here and we promote a song that says stealing is good, yeah, steal, boosters, shout out to the boosters who are stealers, then you can't then be upset about the damn stereotype because you promote that damn stereotype. You promote it. That's like some OnlyFans girl getting out here, spreading her thought pocket all over the internet, and then being mad. Being mad when people call her exactly that, a thought pocket. Since you did it to yourself. You the one put the cootie cat all over the internet. We didn't do that to you. You did that to yourself. So you can't be mad when people view you as a whore if you're gonna go on the internet and present yourself as a whore. Be so for real here. We can't be mad that people view us as thieves and thugs when the culture promotes thieving and thuggery. And for the slow people in the back, I'm not saying we deserve to be stereotyped. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is we live in reality. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And the more we feed into these negative stereotypes about ourselves, the more we promote them within our culture. Because guess what? When we're sitting over here jamming out to songs like Spin That or these other songs that promote killing other Black people and gang behavior, understand it's not happening in a vacuum. Everybody else can see it too. It's not like when we sit over here and we jam out to these songs or we promote these things that it just stays amongst us. No, you are on the grand stage. Whenever you put something out there on social media, you are on the grand stage for everybody else to view you, to view us. It's going to happen. People are going to stereotype just the same way that we stereotype other people, okay? Black folks who want to get out here and talk about how stereotypes are bad, we stereotype other people too. Just like as soon as people saw the picture of Nolan with all them white boys, we started stereotyping immediately. Now, whether or not that has merit to the case is not the point. The point is everybody stereotypes. And if we do not want to fall victim to negative stereotypes, it would behoove us to not feed into and validate said stereotypes. And I do want to talk about the backlash that India Arie received because y'all funky as hell for that. Y'all are absolutely disgusting for that. She raised very reasonable concerns. And you want to know what it's met with? Oh, you just jealous. You just old. You just old. You just jealous of the young girls. You just jealous. She's never been. She's never been the jealous type. Have y'all not heard her songs? I'm not your average girl from the video. Stop playing with me and stop playing with her. She been true to this.
It's just lyrics. So when this girl, India, Irie, or whoever the hell it is, listen, I have no problem with these Afrocentric type people, but they're always jumping into the conversation of wanting art to be created like they are. If everybody lived in the world of Jill Scott and all music was Jill Scott and NDRE and Afrocentric, we would be bored as f***. I'm sorry. I love their music, I appreciate their music, I appreciate their artistic values, but at the end of the day, why are you having a conversation about something that's considered as art? Come on, where is it?
First of all, Uncle Luke, you make no goddamn sense. Stick to making booty music, okay? Rapping about and shit like that. Like, the nigga made the song Doodle Brown. So I don't expect him to have a rational thing to say about this. We would all be bored. So you need hypersexual lyrics and criminal activity in your songs so you're not bored?
So for y'all to get out here and deflect from the point that she's bringing up to she's jealous and old just goes to show that y'all are not mentally there to even have the conversation. Y'all are behaving like children, not adults ready to come and have a conversation about what we can do to be better. Y'all sitting over here addressing her, the person, rather than the criticism, the critique. Discuss that. And I want to also make this abundantly clear. Wanting higher standards for our culture, for our community, is not a rejection of Black culture in its entirety. There are so many beautiful things within our culture that we can amplify, that we can shine a light on. But for some reason, we're allowing the subset of degenerates to take the spotlight. And then our bourgeoisie Blacks, they think they need to defend it because of white supremacy. Because if you say anything counter to any culture within Black culture, be it subset or the main overall culture, if you say anything against that, then you're a talking head for the white supremacists. Look at you. You're speaking that white supremacy talk. And that's not the case. Just because you reject a subset of the culture does not mean you reject the culture as a whole, nor does it mean that you are feeding into the ideals of white supremacy. Black people, I want you to understand, we have the capacity to have standards. We do. We can pick and choose. We don't have to take the whole. We can toss out the rotten apples and keep the ones that are good and healthy. We don't have to just hold it all because we just want to get one up or get one over or prove something to white supremacists. Y'all put too much emphasis on white people, and that's the reason why our own culture is deteriorating, because y'all want to fight white supremacy so bad that you will sit over here and cape for negative, intrinsically negative things just because white people said it's bad, even if it's, in a general sense, actually bad. Stop justifying negative things just because white people don't like it. Like, just remove white folks from the conversation entirely. Is this something that is a net positive that we should all universalize? Like, that's my favorite, ethical framework to put things under. Can this be replicated by everybody and be positive for the world that we live in? If the answer is no, if the answer is, well, if everyone did it, then I wouldn't be able to do it because the security would be higher, then no, you just want to skirt the system. You expect that everybody else is not going to do it and you're going to be the few that do it and you can get away with it. So it's not something you can universalize, and it shouldn't be universalized. That is the framework that I love to put everything through. I believe it was Immanuel Kant. If this behavior that you are promoting cannot be universalized for all Black people within the culture to start behaving and presenting themselves as such, then it shouldn't be promoted. It just shouldn't be promoted. If it's something that is inherently negative, it should not be promoted. Take white people completely out of the conversation. We can self-govern. We don't have to compare ourselves to white people to have standards. And you don't have to say, well, you just have white standards. No, it's just a standard by itself. Y'all are obsessed with white people and it shows. Even if you're obsessed with them in a negative way, we have the ability to have cultural standards and promote positivity within ourselves.
And India Irie is not hating on nobody. She has said what a lot of us have been thinking for a long time. There are some of us in the Black community that we are tired of ratchet culture. We're tired of ratchet music. We're tired of ratchet people. We're tired of ghetto activity. And for decades, the Black community has been going down. We have been going down and down since the 90s. And the music that we're all listening to, it plays a fact on how we interact with each other and how we treat each other. If you go back to our grandparents' day, when they had singers like Patti LaBelle, Anita Baker, Marvin Gaye, all those singers who they sung about love, peace, and unity. The Black community was more civilized. We still had issues and we still battle with racism, but we were more civilized as a people during that time. You turn on the radio now, all you hear about is smecks, 304 activity, scamming somebody, how men don't care about women, a man busting a woman down and he ain't gave her nothing. What else? Anything that's just ratchet and vulgar, trap music. I agree with India Arie and Carrie Hilson when they say that if music can heal people, music can hurt people. But as a Black community, we need to be pulling away from ratchet culture and really going towards something more civilized. It is okay for us as a race of people to act like we got some sense, to be civilized. We don't always have to be ghetto all the time.
So we really do have to ask ourselves, what kind of culture do we want? Do we want to be respected? Do we want to have opportunities? Do we want to be trustworthy? Do we want to have a strong community? If so, then we need to leave songs like Spin That and all the other ratchet stuff that's been coming out for decades. Okay, because that's another argument. Oh, you're just mad now. No, we've been mad, but y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all be deaf, dumb, and blind every single time stuff like this gets called out and you act like it's the first time people are complaining. No, people been complaining about this. Y'all just don't want to hear it. So we have to really ask ourselves, what kind of community do we want? Because if we're going to continue to promote all this degenerate nonsense, then our community is going to stay exactly where it is, in the gutter. We're going to stay exactly where we are, at the bottom. And we're going to be sitting back looking at everybody else like, oh my God, why do you guys view us this way? As we actively present ourselves that way. It's slow. It makes no effing sense. You cannot promote negative behaviors and then be mad when people view you negatively. If we want better for our community, if we want better for our culture, then we have to promote positivity. We have to promote education. We have to promote honor, self-respect, dignity, integrity. These are things that we have to promote within our communities, within our families, within ourselves. If we truly want to change the tide on how we are viewed in society, how we are treated in society. So I'm gonna need y'all to get the heck up off the good sis. Leave her the hell alone. All you old Negroes out here supporting Carisha and supporting all the degeneracy, understand you are the very ones that have failed the community and have failed the culture. And I don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. Absolutely nothing. I don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. You and among others are the very reason why we are in the predicament that we are in. We used to be able to blame propaganda and slavery and all these other things, Jim Crow. We used to be able to blame all of that as for the reason why we are in the situations that we're in. But at a certain point, we have to self-reflect. At a certain point, we have to look at ourselves. What am I doing to make the situation worse? What am I doing to keep myself in that situation? Because you can't keep pointing the finger at everybody else and never looking in that dang blasted mirror. But y'all, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. How do you feel about this whole video? Do you agree with me where it's like, yeah, you can't sit over here and make it an anthem about stealing and then be mad that you get followed around in stores? You cannot be mad when people view you as a thug and a gangster when you promote nothing but thuggery and gang life in your music and culture. Like, you can't sit over here and walk out your house looking like a whore and then be mad when someone approaches you and asks you how much. You can't be mad. You have to live in reality instead of living in this fantasy world where you can promote all these negative behaviors and then people look at you like a blank slate, a tabula rasa, as you will. You cannot go out there and portray yourself as an ass and expect people to overlook all of that and just see you as innocent until proven guilty. Like, it doesn't make sense. That's not how people behave. That's not how people think. We have to operate in reality and not fiction, not utopia or some made up world where people just don't stereotype. They don't. Just because they shouldn't doesn't mean that they won't. We can get into all the, well, they shouldn't and they shouldn't and they shouldn't, but guess what they do? So we have to work and operate within the reality that people do use stereotypes to make decisions, that people do have a first thought about you based on what you look like. We have to live in that reality because that is the reality we live in. And trying to operate outside of that reality is just gonna cause even more problems than we already have. Or do you disagree with me where it's like, no, Sandra, you're just anti-black and I'm gonna be bumping Spin That. And when I walk around the store, they bet not follow me around, even though I'm blasting a song that says, hey, I'm a thief. I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. If you like the video, the more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed. pushed out into the algorithm. Also, hype the video if that's for you. If you're feeling a little extra generous, the link is in the description to buy your girl a coffee. Thank you guys so much, and I will see y'all with the next one. Deuces.